top and placed on the lap down on the desk. Call the Honourable Mary Ann Street.
Mr Speaker, it gives me great pleasure to speak to this bill. What doesn't give me great pleasure is the lack of intellectual honesty that we've seen coming from the fatuous speeches from the other side, to make light of something that has the potential, if it not proven already, but has the potential to cause deformity, to be carcinogenic, to cause cancers. And for this Parliament not to take it seriously, I think should make all of those members opposite who are, except for two, holding their heads down at the moment. And so they should. Mr Speaker, I've never heard such offensive trivia coming from the members opposite, and they turn that into an art form usually. But right now, we have been debating a bill that asks for a very precautionary approach to be taken to an issue about which there are serious international concerns. And I want to ask the members opposite, have they never, ever in their lives learned something that made them do things differently? Have they never once had the occasion to be informed about something which then conferred upon them a sense of responsibility to do something? Because what this contribution, these disappointing contributions from the National Party are causing me to get angry about is the fact that knowledge brings responsibility. There is evidence. There is sufficient evidence. Let's see. The United Nations Environment Programme has found that depleted uranium munitions have the potential to contaminate soils and groundwater. Uranium's a known carcinogen, induces birth defects. Dust particles from depleted uranium weapons contain high proportions of uranium. Mr Speaker, I don't know what all the science is about when it comes to depleted uranium. The New Zealand First Speaker who spoke before me clearly knows more about this area than I do, but I'm willing to learn, which is more than can be said about any of the National Party contributors to this debate. Not only have I never heard a single serious word come out of the mouth of the Honourable Simon Bridges, but I have not heard any... Exactly my point. Exactly my point. Exactly my point, Mr Bridges. Thank you for confirming what I just said. So can I just say that in the course of learning about Agent Orange some decades ago, we came to do things differently. We didn't know about the effects of Agent Orange in the 1960s. But we do know the effects of Agent Orange now, and we have done work to compensate people for their suffering as a result of that. The fact that we do not have all the information about the effects of depleted uranium does not absolve anybody in this House from the responsibility of looking into it if it has the potential to harm human beings. Why is that lot over there denying the opportunity for a moderate bill to go for examination to the Select Committee? Take some responsibility. This is not party politics here. This is about whether or not when one knows something, one can finally do something about it. When one knows something, does one take responsibility for it? My frustration here, Mr Speaker, is that the lemmings on the other side will simply play politics with any good idea that comes from anybody that isn't of their party. Any good idea that comes from somebody who's not of their party, they will shoot down in principle. In principle, and the only principle is it doesn't come from their party. This is a shocking performance. If anything has the potential to harm human beings, why does any member on that side of the House refuse to do anything about it, Mr. Speaker. That lack of responsibility, that kind of attitude is the sort of attitude that we would not wish to pass on to our children. I want my daughter to be responsible when she learns about things. The example from members opposite will never make that happen for their children. What we've seen tonight is a complete travesty. Oh, get stuck.
I call the honourable member Michael Woodhouse.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have listened very carefully to the reason